Okay, somebody wanted to see how I was doing this, and okay, so this is it. There's a 300 Blackout that's had the shoulder cut off, just the shoulder, so there's plenty of room for sizing. And then somebody else asked me, well, what does it look like when you just resize one without cutting it? Let me see if I can find one of those. I don't have all that many because I've already done a bunch of these. Well, I can't find one right now, but the bottom line, when you do, it looks just like this, but this part of the neck is a bunch longer. That's really all it is. So what I got here is, these are the case trimmer that came with my the Lee set I bought originally, and this part here just screws into this part here, and as you go down, this pin will bottom out through the primer hole, which I'm glad I saw that, because I gotta get one bad thing about doing cleaning, or should I say tumbling brass, is that you end up, well, if you tumble brass with the primers out, you end up with that little mess you got to clean up. And in this case, obviously, it won't justify. There's a nice clean one, and this one's clean too, so we'll just go with that. So, and this part is the shell holder. Now, the sticking down inside the vise is just a six-pointed, six-sided, like you'd see at the bottom of any kind of drill bit to put it in any kind of a drill or a chuck or something. So what I did is I just put it in the vise here. The first time, I went ahead and left everything loose and just ran this down and got it as close as I could, so it'll go down, where it needs to. Now, when I turn this on and the blade comes down and starts cutting, if it catches a little bit, starts to turn, I'll have my fingers on either side right here, and it'll actually tighten it up. So you might see when I first do it, it might turn just for a second, then it'll tighten up. So this is what it looks like. It's gone down, it's now justified in the hole where the primer goes. And there it is cutting. It's tight enough. It's not going to cut a whole bunch. There, you can hear it bottomed out. Pull it back out. Now normally I wouldn't turn the machine off, obviously, because I'm going to do a whole bunch of them. And then I just tilt it towards the light, and if you see a shine all the way around, then you got a good cut. It does leave a little bit of a burr, but I found out that if you keep the die clean, you can actually run it through the sizer again, and it'll clean that right off. It'll just knock it right off. So, for me, that is working. The next step would be to run them through the die again, the sizing die again, make sure everything is all perfect, and you're ready to rock. Now, is this the be-all, end-all way to do it? No, there's probably lots and lots of other ways to do this, but this is how I'm doing it to get through the, I don't know, I'm probably going to do 400 or 500 of these 300 Blackouts, but only actually load, I don't know, maybe 20 of them to get used to using the upper and see if I can't get a load figured out. But anyway, that's my way of kind of mechanizing the trimming process.